There's only one.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game! It's all about the game, and how you play it, all about control. And if you can take it, all about your stand. And if you can play it, it's all about pain.
Welcome back, everybody, to another exciting episode of Damage 365. I am your host, Coach Kev, along with the real number 8, JT, who is back in the house after his 1 week off last week. How you doing, JT?
Feeling great. Glad to be back.
We have a great program in store for you today, as usual, the 30 minutes. And we will dial it back a little bit today. We're going to change up the format. Today, not only are we going to cover Damage Softball as promised and advertised on Twitter, we are going to go into a little bit more of a dream match. We're going to tweet it in some dream matches, actually 12 people in total. It was a great feedback since it was a last-minute decision. We're also going to install our Twitter trivia question of the day, where a lucky winner can tweet in their answer. And if you are the correct answer, we will send you a mystery sports-related prize. It could be baseball, it could be football, hockey, basketball, or from the world of professional wrestling.
But it will be something good.
It will be something good. We will contact the winner probably within an hour after the show goes off the air. As usual, at 6:15, Nani Raw will call in with her wrestling time slot. We changed up her format as well. We're not going to be doing any recaps of Raw and SmackDown because, again, everybody's got computer access. Anybody who didn't watch Raw has already seen it on Google or Netflix or wherever else you can watch stuff over and over again. And you guys already know what's going on. So we're going to cover some hot topics, whether it's juicy little storylines that are going on in the world of wrestling, or maybe some gossip that's going on, and we might even cover a rumor or two that's passing around the internet. And we will also be throwing in at the end of her segment the Macho Moment of the Day. As many of you know, the 20th of this month marks the second anniversary of the passing of the great Macho Man Randy Savage. So we will have the Macho Moment of the Week, and we'll be doing that every week for the entire month. And as we celebrate the career of the Macho Man Randy Savage and everything he contributed to in the world of professional wrestling in almost three plus decades.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
So we kick it off with a Damage happy recap. Apparently we like to have our high moments, our low moments, and high moments just keep going up and down, up and down. Hopefully some consistency will work its way out through the season. So last week we had our low. This week we're back to a little bit of a high, as Damage Athletics gave the Nightmares the willies. That's right, we gave them the willies. As Damage Athletics defeated the Nightmares 8-7 in a very dramatic fashion. Luis Soto, in his season-end Damage pitching debut, pitched well enough, picked up the victory, and strategically worked his way through a very tough 7th inning, and Damage was able defensively to pick up the victory. It was a collective team victory. I don't even have people's names or numbers to throw out there because it was across the board. It was a team effort. We played very well defensively. We hit in the clutch. We ran the bases very well. We pitched well enough to win, and we held off that 7th inning charge, and we improved to 3-2 on the season. So we set it up for next week when we have ourselves a very, very tough matchup as we take on the defending champion Furials in a doubleheader. So, unfortunately it was a week that I wish we could have played 2 games, but...
Don't we all?
Yeah, so we were only able to get the 1 game in this week, but, it is what it is. So we did a very good job. Kudos to Damage Softball, everybody that was able to show up this week. And great job by the girls. I mean, we had 6 females there this week, and only 1 game. Each of them shared a game, and each of them contributed in their own way, whether it was defensively or offensively, running the bases, whatever the case may be. We did very well. But
very solid.
Moving on to our next segment, the Twitter trivia question of the day. This is what you guys need to do. you need to go to your Twitter account. You need to go at Damage Athletics. That's Damage Athletics, one word. You need to, after that, you put your answer in to this trivia question, and at the end, you need to mark it hashtag Damage365 Trivia. That's the only way that you're going to be eligible to win this. You can get the right answer. If you don't hashtag it and tag us properly, you're not going to get credit for the correct answer. At Damage Athletics, your correct answer, or whatever your answer might be, hashtag Damage365 Trivia. Please do not tag any wrestlers' names in any post that you're replying to us or you have in store for us, or anything that you hashtag Damage365 Radio, because we do not want to clog up or spam any of the professional wrestlers' feeds, and then they turn around and they don't like us, they hate us, whatever, and we just don't need that. We're here for entertainment as well as them, so let's not steal any thunder from them. If you want to mention a wrestler's name, just type it out or hashtag it, and trust me, we'll get it as long as you put at Damage Athletics. Question is, in 1990, The Undertaker made his debut at the Survivor Series as a member of the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase's team, but his first singles match was a couple days later on the Superstars of Wrestling. How was he introduced? How was he officially introduced to the ring by Howard Finkel? That is your trivia question. One more time. 1990, The Undertaker made his debut at Survivor Series, but his first singles match was at Superstars of Wrestling. How was he officially introduced to the ring by Howard Finkel?
The Fink.
Remember, again, do not tag wrestlers' names. Hashtag them, but for the trivia question, at Damage Athletics, your answer, hashtag Damage365 Trivia. We will contact the winner about an hour after the show goes off the air. And yeah, so this is our first segment of that contest. So that we're hoping that this takes off. I have lots and lots of stuff to give away to you guys. Just so you guys know, Nancy is not a prize. We will not be giving away our wrestling analyst to anybody.
Never.
Jonathan, as much as sometimes I want to give him away, he's not a prize either.
Not for sale.
So we're not giving him away. We're not giving away any used clothing. You cannot have any of Nancy's clothing. You can't have my dog, and you can't have my championship belt, and you can't have my beard because I already shaved it off. But I was willing to donate my beard to charity, but I was outvoted. So
Too bad.
Too bad. It was pretty.
Done a lot of good.
It was pretty damn long. Going into our next segment, it's just so gross. You had to see what I shaved, bro. It just fell like on my chest hair. It looked like I had buckwheat in a headlock.
Oh man. Hope you choked them out.
I had some serious tub cleaning to do.
Did you hose them down?
Well, now I know what French people look like when they shave their armpits.
Ugh.
Anyway, moving on to our next segment.
No pun intended for the French. No pun intended.
Yes, we love French fries, French pizza,
French kisses,
French bread, French toast,
French Riviera,
and those little cool hats that you wear, like from the movie European Vacation.
Yes.
Rusty. Anyway, moving on to our next segment. We had a segment on Twitter where you guys were sending us your dream matches. Now, basically this happens where this is a match that's never happened. Okay? That means WWF, WWE, WCW, ECW, modern day. I'm not talking about where some of these guys, might have wrestled back in the territory days, with AWA or the Florida Coast Wrestling League that they wrestle out of a school's gymnasium. I'm talking about modern day where these guys are who they are. So, if it's Sting, I'm talking about Sting fighting as Sting, not Sting fighting as the Flying Robin or something like that when he was 21 years old. Okay, I'm talking about Sting. Okay, we had a bunch of them, and since we got a minute to play with, I can actually review the 12 of them we got. We had CM Punk is a big fantasy wrestling guy out there, but Sting versus CM Punk, it was a very cool idea. Ryback versus Goldberg, I'm not a big fan of that one because Goldberg can't wrestle. The Outsiders, Hall and Nash versus Demolition. And the Outsiders again versus the Road Warriors or Legion of Doom, whatever era you wanted them to be in. Owen Hart versus Daniel Bryan. CM Punk versus the Macho Man Randy Savage. CM Punk again versus Bret Hart. Scott Hall versus Dolph Ziggler in a ladder match. Fandango, Honky Tonk Man, and Disco Inferno in a match, three-way match. The loser stops dancing.
That's my favorite.
Okay. Andre the Giant versus Bruno Sammartino. Many users like, wow, that never happened. Nope, it never did. It was booked a couple of times, but then apparently the minds that be decided to nix that idea, and it never did actually happen. We went with Owen Hart versus Daniel Bryan, and that was sent in by J.R. Mendoza at Bebo0072. That's his Twitter account. He sent that in, and we smacked this around a little, do a little headlock here, headlock there. After a couple of flying headbutts and some goat cheese, we decided that we're going to go with Daniel Bryan. And the reason why, because Daniel Bryan, as many people know, and some people don't because apparently they just don't let him do it, but he's a submission expert. At any time, he can lock a move on you and make you tap out. And it could be 3 minutes into the match when you're feeling 110%. But he locks one of those moves on and you don't want anything ripped off your body, you're going to tap out. So being a submission expert, I put him on top of this fantasy match number 1. Fantasy match number 2, which was actually suggested by myself, was CM Punk versus the Macho Man Randy Savage. And, don't want to be totally biased, but I picked the Macho Man Randy Savage for 2 reasons. In Macho Man's prime, and CM Punk is in his prime now, but, outside of some of his injuries, Macho Man was the stronger, physique-wise, of the two. Their styles are very similar. Their speed was very similar, but Macho Man Randy Savage had the better aerial attack between the flying double axe handle, the flying elbow, which in my opinion is still a top 3 finishing move of all time, the over-the-top rope clothesline, the running clothesline, him double axe handle it out from the top rope outside the ring, which he was very big on. Yes, George the Animal Steel. But this is why I have the Macho Man Randy Savage, and probably it would be billed as one of the best matches in the history of wrestling. Probably better than Savage Steamboat from WrestleMania 3.
And he also looks better walking to the ring.
Yeah, he looks better with the pink tights and the stars too.
Give him a hat, something that glitters.
Yeah, some fringes.
Some Elizabeth.
I mean, he should win just because of that. CM Punk had AJ Lee for like a hot minute.
Just for a minute.
So, then again, so is half the WWE.
Exactly. She gets around.
I think she won the Kiss of the Year like 5 years in a row with 5 different guys.
Really?
Yeah, Daniel Bryan, Kane, Zigglypuff, and CM Punk.
She kissed them all?
Oh, she kissed them all.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the Caitlyn one.
I'm waiting for my kiss. I'll join the WWE.
So Nancy's going to be calling in a little while. If you hear jingle jingle in the background, it's just my dog running around in circles. She doesn't know what the hell's going on. She's just talking, but she doesn't see anybody we're talking to.
Yeah.
But Nancy's going to be calling in a couple of minutes. She's going to be doing her dream match picks. Let's see if she agrees with us out of those 2 guys. She's going to cover all the hot gossip, all the lip smacking gossip around the WWE. Cover a couple of rumors. Maybe some things that we might not have read yet on Facebook and Twitter and everything else. But,
well, that's what it's for, a whole bunch of rumors.
Yeah, she does a good job. So, we're going to bring in, Nancy in about 2 seconds.
1, 2.
Nancy, how you doing? I think I hear myself talking in the background. Yeah, you there, Nancy? Hey, what's going on? You gotta lower your radio. I was like, I hear myself echoing. What's going on?
Hey, happy birthday, JT!
Thank you, Nancy. Hi. Thank you. You're the best.
I understand that there's a cookie puss there that I'm missing out on.
Oh, you let the surprise out of the basket.
Wait, I didn't quite hear you. There's a what? You're jumping out of a cookie jar for me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm dispelling some rumors already.
Wow, you really didn't hear what she said?
I really didn't hear what you said.
Good.
Something about a cookie.
Yeah, don't repeat it. She said, don't lose your cookies. That's what she
Don't
said.
lose your cookies.
I don't have any cookies. I would like some, though.
Man, she almost let that out of the basket. Man,
Come on.
Not only are you the dream crusher, now you're a surprise spoiler.
Yep, let's try to go with that.
All right, good. You lay it on us, girl.
All right, well, speaking of cookies, all that kind of stuff, CM Punk apparently removed from all WWE tapings. As of right now, the only things he's doing is the Wizard World conventions in New York City, which I'm going to, and I'm covering that press conference, Chicago, and in Nashville. Otherwise, he's been taken off of every Raw, every kind of advertisement to WWE that there is.
Is there a reason for this?
There is no reason cited just yet. Like you said, there are rumors that he had an argument with Creative and McMahon and over WrestleMania because they weren't quite sure until last minute who was going to be put over in the match. I understand CM Punk's own girlfriend bet money on him to win.
Guess she lost her money.
She lost her money. And, and I'm sure that people are going to be pretty disappointed. But, I mean, the dude does deserve a break if that's what he is taking and it wasn't an argument with the WWE itself.
Well, I mean...
It happens so much and it's so notorious that he has arguments with Creative. That's almost like their fallback point at this,
But this just seems to happen way too... It just seems to happen way too much across the board. Not only CM Punk. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and just say CM Punk, but this happened with Bret Hart. This happened with Stone Cold. This happened with John Cena, your buddy.
Can't see me.
This happens a lot where the wrestlers start to dictate to the creative team, this is what I want, and if I don't get it, I'm walking. And this is, what? I'm sorry. You're a professionally paid entertainer / athletic wrestler. It's no different than baseball, football, and any other major sport that are signed contracts. You do what the owners say. You do what the coaches say. In this case, you do what the creative directors say, because that's what you're paid to do. You're not paid to voice your opinion all over the internet and say, this is what I want or I'm walking. You know what? You don't got much to choose from anymore because Vince McMahon owns 2/3 of wrestling all across the United States. So if you want to go wrestle in Japan, knock yourself out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous. I mean, the loonies are running the asylum.
Yeah, it really. I think that for purposes, I think that they should have a voice in wrestling. I mean, they are basically what makes the company. I understand that everyone is replaceable. However, everything is going to be an argument now, it seems.
Well, look at it like this. I mean, they're a paid entertainer, and they're given things to do. They're given itineraries of what to do, how to do it. The only voice you should have is obviously one, speak up if you're going to put yourself in harm's way that you don't want to get hurt and things along that nature. But like if somebody's handing you a script, I mean, you really, I mean, I don't want to say like professional actors like Robert De Niro, somebody like that. I'm sure they got a very large voice and input on what they do on screen. But when it comes to wrestling, as bad as sometimes it is with the creative team and Vince McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, where some of the gimmicks that they have are just absolutely awful and
ridiculous.
You're like, what are you thinking? Like, really? I was just watching a wrestling clip before with what match was I watching? Oh, the Razor Ramon Survivor Series match. When remember Adam Bomb?
Oh my God, Adam Bomb.
Oh my God.
That was a great. That was. I remember watching that as a kid. I was 9, and I'm in my CD pajamas watching it. And Macho Man came out, and I lost my mind.
Can you imagine if if we were still watching Isaac Yankem, who as many of you know is Kane.
Do you remember Nails?
Yes, I remember Nails. That was another great one. They had like 3 months of promos of that guy in prison.
Seen somebody who looked like him last week.
That's
minus the orange
jumpsuit. It was probably him.
You never know. That guy.
So what else you got? What else you got on the agenda, Nancy?
All right, what else do I have? I have Jericho, Lesnar, and The Miz all returning for Raw tomorrow. Ted DiBiase Jr. is back on SmackDown. He was at a taping this past weekend, and he won against Corey Graves, so he's back. Cena's working Raw tomorrow, but they're giving him a little bit of a break, and they changed his match so that it's him and Team Hell No versus Ryback and The Shield, or it's just The Shield. And, that's the news as of right now with him. He's going to be working through his injury.
Yeah, well, I saw them the last time the match that he had with Team Hell No, and he contributed almost nothing to that match, and then they used the spin of his injury to end the match.
Yeah, Ryback worked with Sheamus this past weekend to give him a little bit of a break.
Yeah, I was watching, it was SmackDown, or the arm wrestling match between Sheamus and Mark Henry.
Oh, Lord.
I guess they're just going to run with this Sheamus embarrassing Mark Henry mockery until Extreme Rules, and they're running out of storyline. That's the problem. I mean, Sheamus deserves better than this. Mark Henry, who he's just as bad as The Rock, to be honest with you. He shows up, he wrestles for 3 months, then he disappears for 3 months, then he comes back for 2 months, and he wants a title shot. I mean, it's like either you wrestle or you don't. If you're not going to wrestle, go away.
Yeah, I just, he always comes and he always has to, that's what I do, and he breaks people in half and everything else like that. He's actually pretty boring, no offense to him, but his character, it's just like very one-dimensional.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, everybody wants to say that, Ryback can't wrestle and he can't do this, but you know what? He had that match against Daniel Bryan. He looked pretty damn accomplished as a wrestler to me.
Right.
So what else you got?
All right, Christian, they are just waiting to shoehorn him into a storyline. As of right now, he's recovered from the shoulder injury. So I'm crossing my fingers and hoping that there will be a way that he will wrestle Cesaro, and maybe they actually didn't bury Cesaro. Maybe they're waiting for that, because that's a matchup I'd love to see.
Yeah, I've been seeing a little bit of the pumping up of Cesaro on Twitter, even from some of his coworkers, and that actually was one of the gripes of CM Punk to the creative team, was that you got all these guys like Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, obviously Punk himself, and he also mentioned Antonio Cesaro, and they're not using them properly, and and any little tit for tat, and they're burying guys, and Antonio Cesaro, I don't care what he did and what he said, you can't bury this guy. This is a guy that can carry, not say so much the franchise a la like Cena or Hogan or anybody like that, but he can carry for those slow pay-per-view months where the ones that people don't really watch because it's like the in-between the big ones. And he could very easily be a Intercontinental Championship contender all year round, if not the champion, and let him work his way up to the world title or the WWE Championship. Because, what are you going to do? You gave the guy the U.S. title, he ran with it, he did very good. Now you got him coming down and yodeling? I mean, come on.
I'd like to yodel. I'd like a yodel.
I'd like a yodel too, but they went out of business, so we're gonna have to buy the knockoffs from Tasty Cake.
So yeah, I'm hoping that they're not actually getting feeding Cesaro. They're just waiting for Christian, for them to put him into the storyline, because he's ready. He's ready to go. He's been for like the past month, so hopefully that will be soon. Because I really do like Christian.
So does he come back face or heel?
Face.
Comes back face.
To the SmackDown brand.
Christian
so
the
I don't know if Cesaro's going to be on SmackDown or what more. I'm not really too sure.
So you got anything else on your agenda, miss?
I'd actually like to give some shout-outs before I forget. We have an unofficial street team, basically, and they just retweet, they tweet, like, you know, without us asking. They're amazing people. We've been blessed. Alex Edwards, my good friend Victoria Puglia, Rob Hawkins, and J.R. Mendoza. They've been helping a lot. They retweet and they, you know, they favorite everything, and they're really, really, you know, interactive with us. Like you said, a bunch of them had given you the dream matches, and without listeners like them, you know, it's amazing what people will do out of support. So I'm very thankful for them.
We're about to reach out to them, and when we get some T-shirts made, we'll have to send them some complimentary Damage 365 T-shirts.
Yeah, they're very amazing on Facebook, on Twitter. You know, they're all over the place. You know, they're emailing me. Just a great bunch of people that we've been blessed to have contact with.
Nope, I agree. I want you to chime in on the dream matches that we had. It was CM Punk versus the Macho Man, Randy Savage. Who would you take on that?
It depends on the peak in the career. Obviously, CM Punk wasn't around in the 80s, and Macho Man wasn't around in the 2000s, unfortunately. I think Macho Man actually does have that one, though.
I agree, and then I always assume, you know, peaks of their careers because, you know, unfortunately, nobody kind of knows the early part of careers of older guys like Savage and Hogan and Flair, because, you know, you're talking the 70s, and half the people that follow us they weren't even alive then. Unfortunately, I can't say that. And the other match I had was Owen Hart versus Daniel Bryan.
Wow.
And that was sent in by J.R. Mendoza.
Thank you, J.R. I can't even, let me see. I'm picturing it in my head, and I wish that I could actually vocalize what I'm picturing. You know what? Gotta go with Bryan.
I agree. My thing with Daniel Bryan was where they're very both, and I mean both, accomplished mat technicians.
That would have been a phenomenal match either way, no matter the winner.
I think Daniel Bryan, being a submission expert, gives him that edge.
Right. But then there's also the sharpshooter.
Nah, you got to get him down for that. I've seen Daniel Bryan slap on submissions while the guy was standing up. He's just that damn good.
I like the Nugget.
You like the Nugget?
Oh, the Nugget.
You remember the Nugget?
Triple H called him a Nugget because he was, no, I don't even want to say it. Poor guy.
He made his last appearance as the Nugget.
Oh. Who are you talking about? Hart?
Yeah.
Well, he did the whole blue blazer. What is it? The blue blazer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call him the Nugget.
Unfortunately, we've lost so many wrestlers way too early. We're probably gonna one day. We're just gonna have to dedicate a show to all the fallen wrestlers during my era. So basically from mid '70s until now, and it's just a shame that there's so many guys that we lost way too soon. And you know, I don't even like having this conversation regarding the 20th being the second anniversary of the death of Macho Man Randy Savage, and you know, he was a big part of my childhood personally and you know, entertainment wise, and it just unfortunately, you know, we lost him way too soon.
I think we all remember where we were when we found out when Macho Man passed away. I remember I was with Melanie, and you know, we were like, what the, no, like we thought it was just a rumor.
Yeah, my mom actually called me and told me about it, and that's how much that Macho Man meant to me as a child, that my mother would actually reach out to me in my 30s and tell me that your favorite wrestler passed away. And of course I had to stop, run to a TV and see what would happen. But Nani, we're out of time.
What?
We're out of time.
Alrighty. Happy birthday, JT.
Thank you, Nani. You're the best.
And we'll talk to you soon, girl.
Alright.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
That was Nancy with a wrestling report. I hope everybody enjoyed the different format here as we move into the close of our show. I can't believe we're closing already, but we are. Closing remarks. Let's go with, as always, Sympathies go out to the Poffo family, celebrating the career of Macho Man Randy Savage for this month. Damage Softball takes on the defending champ Furials next week, 8 and 10 at Egbert. Happy birthday to our one and only real number 8, JT.
Thank you.
Yo, you're very welcome, young man.
You know I appreciate it.
Young man. Also, I want everybody to check out on Facebook. Facebook.com/Team Madness 1. Very good page celebrating the career of Macho Man Randy Savage as we go out with the Muppet Shows band. Happy birthday to the one and only JT.
Can't ask for anything more.
All right, folks. We're out like a hooker at sunrise.